Okay. Hello, 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 everybody. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, and Bingo was his name. Oh, there you all are. So, Joanne Stevens, good afternoon, Sissy, and to all in the chat. Okay, PIA, where pink hand waving. I am getting situated, as they say. Oh, guess what I found? You guys, I'm back over here Restream. So, dun, 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 dun. Oh, actually, I do have the intro. We'll do all that fancy stuff another time. Mike, 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 how are you doing? You guys, just looking to see. Oh, there's the big screen. Everything is changing around. The world is changing. Okay, so I don't want that. Oh, there's the banner at the bottom again. And you know what? Let me thank those of you who are here bright and early, the moderators, those who are here for replay, those of you who have been supporting their dear old Auntie Ellen all this time. So you see, I'm changing things around, trying to figure out what time of day it is, what is going on, where I can have room to live and walk around, as well as greet you guys and give you some good content. So I like this because it's big. And let me see if I can pull the chat up where I'm not reaching across this whole table. And I will say this, I did change the content today. I was going to be doing some hand stitching, and it's over there. But I've been so busy changing things around, I thought I would finish some things that you saw me start in the last 2 weeks. So thank you for the thumbs up. Those of you who are in here, I just gave myself a thumbs up. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm looking in the chat. Oh, you like this big new new thing going on, Mike? I know you wanted to be up close and personal, Mike, Mike, Mike. And I just want to say that you guys, I've been really busy the last couple weeks, dealing with a lot of personal stuff, doctor's appointments. I was gone for a month, so I've got all these things that need to be taken care of when you disappear for a month. I am changing this space around, as you see. A lot of times when you take photographs, those of you who've taken photos over the years, when there's a bright light in back of you, it like blackens out the screen or something. So I was trying to alleviate that by closing the blinds. I kind of got that from when I was in Arizona with Auntie Joanne. So I think the lighting is okay. Let me see if this does anything. It will when I sew. But Maria Graham, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have my little stand here, and right next to it is what? My handy dandy goat's bell. And this, when I was on a homestead in the country, this was my lead goat's belt, for those of you who are new and don't know that. So, of course, you hear things falling down. So I knocked the water down. It wouldn't be a live stream if I didn't drop something, right? And Yankee Sister Olmsted, thank you, sis. I was in the bushes the whole time you were on this morning, and I was on the phone with my healthcare provider insurance. Some things they were supposed to do, they didn't do. Then I called them. They didn't know they were supposed to do it. But then they gave me a benefit, something special. So I stayed on with them. Then I had to help someone else with an insurance issue. Just busy, busy, busy. So, Mike, I saw your video with the hawk coming. I don't think you have any less squirrels because a hawk can fly away with a squirrel. Actually. I spoke to Dolores earlier, you guys. Yeah, now you're dealing with an Auntie Ellen, Juanita Campbell. Thank you for coming and welcome in. Francesca. Hi, thanks and welcome. Thank you to anybody I don't see way over there, but I'm trying to figure this out. Doing some things, y'all. So let's start where I ended on Saturday, and I did a small giveaway of postcards. I showed how to make a fabric postcard without sewing. Then after I got off the live stream, I doctored it up. Why? Because my signature is three hearts, actually three purple hearts, but I thought I would do this to it since LGGG Love said she was going to give it to her daughter. So I did this, and I didn't fill out this side yet because she only emailed me Tuesday. So my helper goes to the post office on Monday. I knew I couldn't get it out on time. So I will ask her how she wants this to be mailed. And let me see. Pescatarian emailed me right away. She showed me her address. I didn't put it in here, but this is Pescatarians. But I want to show you guys, what you can do with a 4x6 postcard. Number one, you can use it like a mini quilt or whatever, but I want to show you this fabric postcard that Auntie Joanne made for me when I was in Arizona. This is simply a Dollar Tree frame, a Dollar Tree frame. You put your postcard in there and you put it on the wall. I actually took this one down off of the wall because I wanted to show it to you guys. Another reason I turned is to keep from getting the glare on the hydroponics. G Mama Grows. Thank you for coming and welcome. Speaking of G Mama Grows, I received some mail from her, and I'm happy to show you guys. I'm putting this over there because the mail usually goes out on Monday or a reasonable facsimile thereof. Maria Graham, you should be getting a package today. And by the way, it's pretty heavy. G Mama Grove says that's pretty. Oh, you haven't bought your frame yet? Well, it's on. You don't have to put it in a frame. You can do anything you want. I was just giving options. Why? Because if I get the frame and put it in, it'll cost me $10 more to mail it. So if I put the $2 in the envelope, and you guys can get it your own. So look, I've got notes everywhere. So that's another thing. My GoDaddy renewal. I do have a small website. It's GQUATTRADITIONZS.com. By the way, you guys, if you want to drop your link so that others can find you, good Lord, I can't see this thing over here. Let's see if I can see it better with or without the glasses. I guess with it, what was I going to do? Mike, can somebody put in the chat the exclamation mark GQUAT, and then you guys can access each other. So now I'm back to the chat, and I am going to show you. Oh, you like mine, Yankee Sister? Uh-oh. Yankee Sister. This one was just a plain one. I like because these cards are have so much color. I kind of like the plain one too with just the black and white background. So this is what LGG Loves would look like, sort of, kind of. Of course, it would be inside the frame. Hold on one sec. It would be something like this. You see that? And the reason I put a hut back there is why? Because good friends become family. Family is everything, and it takes a village to raise a child. Guess what? It takes a village to retire an elder as well. We all have to help each other. Now, this one is pescatarian gardener, and it has sort of an abstract little hut in it. You see over here where this is actually a hut, a thatched roof to a hut, and I had some African fabrics. So that's what gave me the idea. Why? Because when it's your art, you can do anything you want, anything you want, which is why I like doing this. So, speaking of seeds, before I knock all these over, I want to show you something that I harvested the other day. And for those of you who are new, GQUAT stands for Garden, Quilt, and Art Traditions. GQUAT. So what this is holy basil. I chopped down the whole plant when I harvested it. Why? Because you can use the flowers when they're dry. You can use the stem. You can use the leaves. Now, I these are, I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear it? Crunchy, crunchy, dry. So I have a small grinder where I can grind it up into small pieces and use it. So I want to show you the seeds that my dear friend G Mama grows hard in the garden. And I didn't have my glasses on. She writes all small and fancy, so I have them on now. I can actually see what she sent me. Bam it! Kelly, thanks you guys. I did see you, Bam it, with the elders. I saw you doing everything that you're doing. I didn't get a chance to get back. This morning with Yankee's sister, I was actually watching on TV on a long conversation with the insurance company, and all I could do was put every once in a while some praying hands and some hearts, even at the end, to let her know that I was still there. Yes, I do have herbs and tea. I have a couple of quart jars up there. I have my rosemary dry. We'll talk about that in a minute because I have a book that a subscriber bought me. I've been doing this for years though, and they talk about different methods of drying herbs, natural medicine. And this book is how to use herbal medicine safely, effectively, and help heal almost every condition out there without toxic mainstream approach. I want to tell you something. I take a medicine for my neuropathy, right? But it makes my memory go away. I'll be searching for one word to say, and I can't think of the word. It takes me 5 minutes. My sister Joanne Stevens will pop the word in, or Maria Graham, or Dolores, somebody who talks to me often. And it's not like it's just like makes me a half beat slower. So going back to the gardening part of GQuat, let us see what my dear beloved G Mama Grows sent me. She sent me some. fancy tomatoes. Oh, micro dwarf tomatoes. I did ask for some things because you know what? I this winter will be growing dwarf tomatoes because I'm going to grow them in hydroponics. I have 3 hydroponic systems. She put them in. She put some of this little bubble wrap stuff you guys in, and she taped it inside a card so that it wouldn't get stamped by the post office. A lot of you collect and dry your own seeds, and you put them in the mail, and that machine stamps it, does whatever it does. And guess what? The people you're sending them to plant them, and guess what? They never grow. They never grow. G Mama Grows knew what to do, and she put the date on it. So that was just 2 days ago, you guys, July 25th. Thai basil is stronger. Yes. Very liquid smell and flavor. I also like herbs provenance, which is an herbal blend that you get in Europe, and it has different flavors and different smells. But you can put a little bit in, mix and match, and do whatever you like. Let's see what else G Mama grows. Oh, lemon catnip. Oh, that should be interesting. I ain't got no cats, but my sister has one. Not Auntie Joanne, my other sister. My bisnieta, my great granddaughter, has one. Oh, I didn't have any callaloo either. So we're already in August in Connecticut, 6B. So I will have these for next year. Uh-oh. There's the catnip. Oh, of course it's on my black pants. Oh, purple tree collards. Nice. Very nice, G Mamas. Muchas gracias. I thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. All of you all. She says, may your garden thrive and be bountiful. G Mama Grows. Happy gardening, comrade. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to put this back. So while we are talking about herbal remedies, again, this is called the Herbal Remedies and Natural Medicine Bible. My great grandmother was a Native American healer, and some of these things were just passed down. And I've been growing herbs and using herbal remedies for over 50 years. Why? Because my kids are like in their late 50s, and I was looking at different natural things then, especially when I had my son who was in the NICU for 3 months, and I wanted to explore natural things. But I also want to tell you, if you're taking any type of prescription medicine, over the counter medicine, check before you use it. So this book has everything A to Z, something called agrimony, hadn't even heard of that, alder, feverfew. I have ginseng, hyssop, dandelion. I have a lot of dandelion, lots of chamomile, basil, all kinds, lavender, lemon balm, lemongrass, a lot of those. Yarrow. So I wanted you to see this book. It was gifted to me from by a subscriber 2 years ago, and I just love it. I also have other books like by Dick Gregory that must be at 50 something years old. It's called Cooking with Mother Nature. You guys don't mind me. Ow, my leg really hurts. So I'm putting it up. I'm sitting on the sofa. Isn't this cool? It's starting to rain outside. Starting to rain outside. So I want to show you something before we start on our project. What we actually will be doing today is upcycling some denim and making a journal cover. Before I do that, I want to show you a pouch that one of my friends made that has an embroidery machine. She has several very, very large hoops, and this is one of her logos that she converted to embroidery. And she made a little bag out of it. And some of you who make bags, I see you with zippers. Actually, she took a class from me, and I showed how to put a little pull on the zippers. I also do it on my totes. I like leather. She has some type of cord in here, but you can put whatever you like in there. So it looks like we're up to the subject of today's little tutorial. I'm just moving some things over my chalk, and I have a handy dandy little glue stick here. And this is what we're going to be making, but in denim. So this is a journal cover. This journal cover is African mud cloth, authentic mud cloth. When it goes out to the person who's getting it, I will put their initials on over here. It has a nice Bowles easy writing gel pen, and it has a leather, pure calf leather page holder. So today what we're going to do is take some leftover denim and sew it together and make a denim cover. If I can make it through, you guys, because my leg is really, 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 really hurting. I've been doing a lot of walking lately. So I hope I didn't. You sent the storm to me. I bring it every day. Yes, it's coming. We're supposed to get 2 to 4 inches of rain today. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't. Maria Graham says it's right now in South Carolina. I can't wait to take my nap today, you guys. So let's turn on this machine over here. Hope you like my new setup, because if you like it, it's probably going to be kind of permanent. I took out a coffee table that used to be over here. So here is the page holder that will be on the new one. I'm going to move this because I'm going to turn the sewing machine around so that Mike and everybody that wants to see up close can try this new view. So here we go. How you like them apples? Who likes this? Put a 1 in the chat. Ooh. PIA says the setup is great. Did you guys notice I'm not advertising anybody who's not giving me free machines. Oh, heck no. Oh, heck to the double L rails. No, we're not doing that. So I'm going to put my legs up for a minute. Oh, gosh. I didn't want to take a pain pill because I didn't want my mind to go out the window and not remember my words. G Mama Groves likes it. Maria likes it. Baloo's Clues likes it. Mike likes it. Okay, you guys. So I think I like this too. You get to see some of the plants in the background through the screen, at least when I'm not moving my big head. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a book cover, sort of like the old school used to make in the old days. And I had some 8-inch squares, actually started sewing them together, and I kind of pin them, and I'm going to go to the next part of sewing the right sides together. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Okay, let's go. So I normally make a 1/4 inch seam. This time I'm going to make it a fat 1/4 inch seam. We'll call it that. Okay, we're going to go to a straight stitch. I was using a zigzag earlier. Maybe a 3.5 millimeter. I mean 3.5 millimeter stitch, and I'm going to go forward, go back a little bit. Maybe I need a little. It wasn't quite 3.5. I need the 3.5 because this denim is thick in some places. Okay. So there's something funny going on over here where the seam isn't quite straight. So I'm just going to make it so that it sticks down evenly. Okay, way to go. And a lot of you who are here every week, these are a couple weeks ago, I deboned some old jeans. There were a pair of white shorts. These are a pair of the white shorts that were in that group of fabrics. It's choking on the thick seam. That's because I was sewing fast. I could sew a little slower, but I'm not. Put in the chat where you guys are watching from. Not your address, just your city and state. Okay. So isn't this cute? My own little label. So one of those strips was a little smaller than the other one. You see this little, it was like 2 inches short. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut the edges so that they're even. And this is what we come out with. Dun, 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 dun. So now this is one solid piece of fabric. East Bay, Rhode Island. I knew you were close to me, Blue's Clues. This is where your son's giant hands come in. The way he palms the fabric and feeds it through is cool to watch. Yes. Yes. So this is basically one piece of fabric, and we're going to make it so that it fits this 8.5 inch by 11 notebook. So through the miracles of, I want to say television, but it's not television. It is, whoops, I want to keep that notebook. We are going to make a cover that will end up looking like this. So what I did was, when I finished sewing those pieces of fabric together, I pressed them open and I put a small seam on either side, just to make it so that it would fit. Hey, Bayou Sugar, I know you're working hard. And I took a piece of leather and sewed it on here to make a pen pocket. Why? Because I like pen pockets with my journals. And I normally would have sewn this little square to the big one, but I was so busy getting ready for y'all, I forgot. So then I just took and folded the edges in. I'll show you what I did. So I'll push this over. I opened the fabric up, right? It was basically one big square. And I put the notebook in the middle. I tried to center it and make it even. And I folded the bottom edge under and creased it. Then I folded the top edge in and creased it. I actually went to the ironing board and ironed this one. Then when I pulled it, I folded it over. I folded it over. That's the back. That's the front. And I folded the insides in so I could see where they would fit. Okay? So I could actually use this the way that it is, but it will probably come a loose because the book is heavy. So we're just going to put some edge stitching all the way around it. So I'm going to keep it on a 3.5 inch stitch. I don't know who has, the Canadian Smoke, Mike. We have the Canadian Smoke a little bit here in Connecticut too. I do have an air filtration system, as well as fans going all the time with filters. And I have my big AC unit has filters. So you guys, we're just going to do a small stitch around this book cover. I'm going to cut this string inside because strings drive me crazy. I'm OCD-ish. All right. So if this is the front, I will start in the back, maybe somewhere in the bottom. And I'm just going to do a small little edge stitch. So let's do it. Let's do it to it. And I'm using a gold thread just because the jeans look nice. It's a nice little, wow. Oh, and I did put some stabilizer, just an iron-on stabilizer on the inside, just to keep the denim stiff, or you can use batting, whichever you choose. So I'm just edge stitching, going around here. Back in the day when I went to school, oh my gosh, 70 years ago, we did this with the big brown paper bags. Now you can't even find the big brown paper bags in the grocery stores, even if you wanted to. And I do have a denim needle in here. I think it's either a 16 or an 18. And I'm using a heavy duty sewing machine. So if you try this on any other machine, use a big needle. Now I see I'm getting ready to go over a seam that's like 4 or 5 inches. So I did help it a little bit. Uh-oh. Let me fold this one under. Now I'm actually sewing over like 8 layers of jeans, you guys. Moose up is a hop, skip, and jump. I would imagine there are a lot of mooses or mises there. Okay, so I'm going to pull this a little bit. I went a little bit more than I wanted to. Okay. So I'm going to, oops, that was a slip up. My foot was still on the pedal when I turned the corner and it caught. No foul, no harm, no foul. I will go back because that stitch didn't even matter. I'm just doing it as a decorative stitch. I can't see, I can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. Blues clues. Why you sugar? I've been enjoying your music when I'm on in the bushes. Oh, I have to tell you guys a funny story. So I'll rest your leg. I mean, rest your leg, rest my leg a minute and tell you about something. So Bayou was playing some sexy grown folks music the other night, and Mike and a bunch of us were cutting up, acting a fool in there, right? Somebody was watching us, didn't say anything, didn't say anything. So she woke up with her TV on and was talking about Mike, David Corey, other folks. You know, Led Farmer often says, you never know who's watching you. Somebody was watching us, and they're in here in the chat. I'm not going to say their name myself, but maybe they'll tell you. Maybe they will tell you their own self who saw us acting a fool. And then she was telling me about, like, when I was young. Oh, I know. They played the song. You guys, I'm putting my leg up. I can't believe how much it's hurting. Here I am. Um, I really have to put my leg up a second. Oh, this neuropathy really gets to me. Don't get old, y'all. So they played the song Brick House. And I said, oh, you know what? When I was young, people used to say I was a brick house, right? And one time I went in the bank. My son was about 10 years old, and he was sitting in the car. I was just running in to get some cash for something. And I guess he overheard some guys in the car saying, oh man, that's a brick house. My son was so upset. He came running in the bank and he said, Mom, that guy called you a brick house, a brick house, a brick house. It wasn't a bad word, but you would have thought it was a bad word. So the person who was watching us the other night acting a fool was talking about some years ago, and I had on a, a form fitting knit dress and some stiletto heels. And I went in the store or wherever I was going, I was walking around, and she or he said, allegedly, my husband was so mad. Well, maybe he shouldn't have got so mad. Maybe his heart would still be working and he'd still be on earth. Oh, no, I didn't say that. But yeah, I thought that was funny. And I also think it's funny how much fun we have with each other. Why? Because, oh my God, just a minute. I'm on my live stream and somebody's knocking at my door. 1 minute, please. So maybe they'll leave whatever they have. But I told everybody that I'm doing my podcast in the evening. Sorry, you guys. It was just a small something, and it was kind of a polite knock. All right, so let's finish going around the other edge. Instead of starting on the very end, I think I'll start a little further up and backspace. Why? Because sometimes it's hard to start on a corner. when you've been sewing a long time, you learn all these little tricks. Okay. So I'm going to leave the needle down and turn again. Oh, you guys, I like the way this is coming out. Uh, this looks like it unraveled a little bit. We'll keep going. So now we're just about back to where we started. Okay. I don't know why. Probably because I have the thread holder so far over. So I'm going to stop and this. Oh, I can't wait to show this to you guys. Okay. So now this is where normally we would put the book inside, right? But we're not going to do it. Why? Because we're going to put a page holder in here. So this is what it looks like so far. The pen goes down in there. And I found that I like my page holder to be close, not close to the edge, but just like closer in the middle of the book. So I'm going to arrange for it to go down. It might even hang down a little. I'll decide how much I want to cut it later. And I'll take my handy dandy little glue stick. You don't actually have to do a glue stick. I like doing a glue stick because it holds it still and keeps it from slipping while you're stitching. I don't know when's the last time you guys have been to a shoe repair shop, but you notice the shoe repair guys always put a little rubber cement on it when they're working on the leather on the bottoms of your shoes. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one over here because there's a seam here. These are just things that I'm making up as I go along. So there is a seam there. And I don't want it to be really, really thick. So I'm going to stitch a few forward, a few back. And I think I will try to zigzag going back a little just so that the leather is not stitching in the same place. So let me see if I can do that. Without putting a hole in the leather. Oh, I'm excited about this, you guys. This journal cover is for me, and it's different than any I've ever made. I don't know why, because I just made this up. That's a pattern I made up by myself. So this is here, except now, guess what? I think I want to make a tie on it because I want to tie it shut so it doesn't fly open when I'm not using it. So, do you have any questions? Oh, do you have one of my binders, Yankee sister? Take alpha lipoic acid for neuropathy, auntie. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'll screenshot this since I can't reach the thing and highlight it. Everyone gets hyped up for brick house, but not when it's your mama. You know, my son has a black belt in martial arts. He boxes. He, I keep saying I'm going to get a T-shirt. He teaches martial arts at UCLA, and I said I'm going to embroider him a T-shirt that says "I am the weapon." He still does the Navy SEAL workout. He can swim easily 2 or 3 miles out in the ocean. When we lived at Venice Beach in California, he would swim out by himself and touch the dolphins, and he would say how much green algae there was on their face or something. I'm like, Aaron, you're my only son. I wish he wouldn't do that. I didn't want to make him a wimp, but gosh, I sure hate it when he used to do that. So I'm going to cut. What is this? This is the seam out of one of these old pairs of jeans. So I save the seams and I use them for different things. This will be a tie. A tie. And some people call them zigzag scissors. Some people call them pinking shears. I'm going to cut one end. Now this is going to be very thick. I don't know. So hold your breath, you guys. So we'll see how it works when I get ready to. I'm thinking as I go because I want the binding to go all the way in. So I can't leave it too far out. Oh, maybe I won't be able to do it at all. How about that? Let me try it on for size. Okay. So this one should have been in here. It should have been in here. Okay, here we go. Maybe I won't do my bright idea of. So this part fits. The page holder fits. But guess what, you guys? When this came out, I didn't do it right. So why don't I just rip it, and see if I can turn it the other way. So I'm trying it. I'm ripping it open because I didn't sew it down the way that I intended to. So it's just this one little stupid corner. Let me just get it together. Why? Because when you're sewing, when you're quilting, nothing is perfect. And sometimes you got to fix it. Instead of me going fixing it off the air, this is a Truth in Sewing channel. And I'm going to stick this back under. I remember when that edge came loose and I didn't double check before I stitched it down. So without further ado, I'm going to sew it now. It's a thick little corner. So again, I'm not going to start at the edge. I'm going to start in a little bit and backspace. Because we're simply trying to, oh, it still has a zigzag stitch on, you guys. Okay, it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Whoa. So we are going to put it up. You guys don't try this with one of those little lightweight machines because it may not work. Okay. Woo, that was a job. That was a job. So luckily, it's only from Wa. It's only for me, myself, and I. Mother, Egawamote. You see me making a hot mess over here, right, Mom? Right, everybody? It'll be good, though. And as Yankee's sister said, it will last forever. Okay, so this corner is fixed. So now I can put the book inside here in front of you. Okay. So I really don't have a lot of space to sew this on. So maybe I will not sew this on here. Maybe I'll try later on. But this is almost a bookbinder. Oh, by the way, those of you getting school supplies for children, for giveaway, whatever, now is the time to do it. You don't want those notebook covers. And I usually buy these type of binders, the composition book, 50 cents each when school starts. I usually buy them when the college kids go back. Why? Because they're usually gone by the time the smaller kids get in. And this part that's hanging down, it's a bit long. I did that intentionally, and I'm going to cut it like this. So there is a handy dandy book cover. Did you guys like that? Donzel Cooper. Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. He says hello to everyone in the chat. You grow row. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited. G Mama Grow sent me some some little seeds so that I can grow. I keep looking at the wrong camera over there, you guys. So that I can grow some miniature tomatoes in my hydroponics this winter when it's cold in Connecticut. So here is my handy dandy bookbinder. And one thing I like, by the way, when you're going to get these composition books, I like the ones that are wide ruled. I like big, I write big. I like to skip spaces. So this is what this handy dandy bookbinder looks like. Yay! So did you guys enjoy this? How many of you plan to rip open some old jeans? They call it deboning. Let me turn this way so you can see my little facey. See my little facey. Okay. So that's it. I have to change the headline today into an old school book cover. So thanks, you guys. Do any of you have any questions? Don't forget to drop your link in if you are a content creator. !GQUAT. I'll put this over here so that I can see it. And how many of you plan on going out and back out in the garden tonight? The man upstairs is going to water for me tonight. We're expecting 2 to 4 inches of rain in Connecticut. I am not. Maria Graham is going to make one. You have to let us see it when you do, Maria Graham. I know that you've been deboning jeans for a good little while. A good little while. So you guys, I'll wait till you have a chance to drop your links so everybody can find you. And I hate to kiss and run, but my leg really, 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 really hurts. I usually take a Tylenol and something else around between noon and 2 o'clock. I didn't have a chance to do it today because things were, I was busy. You saw people knocking on the door even while I'm live. So Mike's going to get greens and carrots to pressure cook, all with some hocks. My baby sister came by here a couple of nights ago, and I gave her some carrots. She said, "Where did you get those carrots? Out of your garden?" No, I wish they came out of my garden. They came out of a friend's garden nearby. She said they were so big. And I had some celery. The celery came out of my garden. And I had the biggest cabbage head. Oh, you grow row. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think I can do a money dance anymore. Let me see. Oh, I can't. Okay. Oh, okay, okay, okay. That was my money dance back, y'all. Okay, so let me see. Back in the studio. Back in the studio, my money dance is over. I dropped into those stilettos and danced for y'all. Yay! We got a little bit of music. A little bit of music. That was fun and entertaining. Miss T with the T. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll sing to you in your garden, Miss T. You are too funny. Out there making faces, acting up. Okay, capsaicin rub is also good for neuropathy, but wear gloves and put on socks if I try it. Thank you. You guys, I have a big jar of comfrey over there. I'm hoping the comfrey will help too. I know that you don't use comfrey on open wounds. I've got a pint jar full of chopped up comfrey, and I Saturday at 6 p.m. when I go live, I will show you how I infuse it. I'm going to put some oil in it. I actually have some dandelion oil. I'm going to mix a dandelion and comfrey and make a salve. And I hope it helps with my. I waited till I was 100 years old, you guys, to get eczema on my elbows, and so I'm going to try that. And I do you dry your herbs however you want to. I dry mine at room temperature, just dry, because it seems to hold the oil. Like when you heat anything, part of it dissipates. So I'm trying to keep mine as strong as possible. I have a video out on making tea, several different. It's kind of funny. I'll attach it at the end of this. So I want to thank each and every one of you. Mother Ego Amote, I appreciate each and every one of you in American Sign Language. This is an I. This is an L. This is a U. This is how you say I love you. And this is an Auntie Elwyn old jean free denim book cover. I think it's really nice, you guys. It's one of my favorite ones I've ever made, actually. And it was made with leftover jeans from my mother's quilt and some jeans that were just recently given to me. You'd be soaking socks in comfy water and laying down in the shade with a bod. Oh, Mike dries his at room temperature. So, you guys, again, it's no right or wrong way. I know a lot of us, when we first get the dehydrators, we're just happy and proud to show that we have them. But you don't have to. You can save them for some other things. I've got a jar of ground up lemon from, not from my sister's tree, because most of those I let stay at my mom's house, but Kelly J, that's his new name, he sent me a box of Meyer lemons, and I dehydrated them, and it was really nice. So, you guys, see you Saturday, 6 o'clock. Ego Amote. Thanks for coming. Appreciate y'all.